how has your background kind of shaped the man and the success story that you become?
Well, I owe a lot of this to my mother, Mary Abraham. Like I mentioned in my press conference, at the age of 21, she had 4 children. So it was tough not having a male figure, not knowing who my dad was. So when I became a dad, I wanted to make sure I was the best dad I can be, even though I was 17 years old. My son, Alonzo Carter II, was at practice Saturday. So just to watch him and to watch all my children, 4 college graduates, education shaped my life, education changed my life, education saved my life. Because where I'm from, a lot of people are not educated, and you got to what I call a hope factor. You have to know you got to see through the clouds, because because it's cloudy, what's past those clouds? What's past that fog? There's something on the other side of that. And I was able to see that at an early age because I was a really good student. I went to Mills College Upper Bound while I was still a student in high school at McClymonds High School, and I surrounded myself with positive peer pressure. Always surround yourself with people that want equal to what you want or more. Because the minute you stop doing that, then you setting yourself up for failure. I was just with my best friend, Kira Abrams. He was just here Saturday. He's a UC Davis grad. I give him a pass. But he's also went to McClymonds High School. When we graduated, we all talked about where we were going to go to college. And playing sports I was a walk-on, so I always had that mentality. I went to Cal State Hayward. He went to UC Davis, but we just stayed in contact with each other and made sure that the people we let in our circle wanted what we wanted. McClymonds High School's head football coach, Michael Peters, that's my best friend. Well, the ball boy was this little kid named Marcus Peters. That's my nephew. He was at the game Saturday, all pro, football player, because he watched me train Nnamdi Asomugha when he graduated from Cal and got drafted by the Raiders. He trained right there with me at McClymonds High School. So that's an example of you surrounding yourself with people with positive peer pressure. And then the person that really gave me the foundation that really shaped my life and changed my life was Stanley Kirk Burrell, AKA MC Hammer. Because he took me around the world. I got a chance to see stuff that I never would have seen coming out of the inner city of Oakland. When you're in New Orleans or you in Houston and different places, you be like, okay, you come back and appreciate what you have, because some people have it worse than you have it, and they still love living life. So when I came back off tour, that was a life-changing experience. I went right back to West Oakland, California, to McClymonds High School, and that's when I started my coach's journey, because I wanted to be that mentor, that father figure for the next young man that I did not have. So that was one of the things that has always been in me. I never thought I was going to be a football coach, because I started coaching track before I started coaching football. But football, I figured you can get a free education through this, which once again can change someone's life. And most importantly, you can save a life. So I use myself as set a standard higher than me. I want my children and anybody I'm coaching be better than me, because sometimes we compare ourselves, and I think that's the worst thing you can do. But set a standard and push for that standard and support each other and love on each other. So I tell these young men I love them all the time, because that's not a word that men use. But if they hear it coming from me, I tell my children I love them, so why wouldn't I tell them I love them? So you teach them love, and you teach them to be educated, and you teach them to be engaged in their campus, because you never know who's going to be the next person that gives you an opportunity that has nothing to do with sports. Because I thought I was going to be a school teacher. I want to be a math teacher. Do I look like a math teacher right now? but my point is, a teacher, Oliver Chambers, he the one told me that I could be something special with myself, because I was just average in sports. I was down. It was late 80s, teenage dad, no father figure. Okay, what am I gonna do with myself? Well, I ended up going to college, and a lot of my friends end up going to college. So it's when I say true blessing to do what I do, it really is. Because you can change these young men's lives, not just with the sport, but making sure they graduate and get a degree and go out and do something special and be a professional other than just sports. So that's the biggest thing I'm trying to instill in this program. And I'm very grateful and thankful, like I say, to work with Dr. Luke Wood and Mark Orr. And we're going to have fun doing it. You're going to see a little dancing with it. I ain't ashamed, but we got to win. If we don't win, you don't get none of that. But, the big Stinger era is here. The Zotime era is here. That's a real thing. When you see hashtag Zotime, that's a real thing. But just keep coming around, showing us love, keep showing us support, we're going to be all through Sacramento, and I'm grateful to even be here tonight.
Well, you definitely have a powerful testimony.